it's flown here for 50 years, and there are not a lot of folks who thought that it would ever come down. In fact, I think most people really had just sort of resigned themselves to the fact that this was going to be it, because that 2000 debate I covered, I was here. It was so gut-wrenching for a lot of folks. It was deeply personal. Rallies and protests on a regular basis. Folks would be out here in front of the flag screaming at each other. Weekends or middle of the day during the week. I mean, it was bizarre. So no one wanted to relive all of that. And then when what happened in that church basement a few weeks ago, when a lot of folks took a step back and realized that the flag did not mean what a lot of folks perhaps thought it meant, then I think a lot of people here in South Carolina, all over this country, had one of these call to Jesus moments and realized, okay, you know, from this tragedy, there could come some good. And we'll see that good shortly after 10 a.m.
All right, Craig Melvin, we'll be watching along with you. Thanks so much, man. We'll talk to you.
Reverend, you can, listening to Craig and watching that piece, you can feel, even here, the pull of history on both sides of this debate. And I'm wondering, we had an amazing confluence of events. You had the elements of the families forgiving. You've had President Obama giving arguably his best speech as a president, offering the concept of grace to the people there and to the country at large. Where does it stand now in your mind? We still have a battle flag flying 10 minutes outside the airport en route into downtown Charleston. Battle flags throughout the South, we know that.
I think that people will express their views and express how they feel on their own private property, and as long as we have a country. I think the real emotional and political statement of removing this from the state grounds is that we cannot any way, shape, or form act as though we condone it. The taxpayers, the public pays for the state grounds, and the protest has always been, you can say what you want in your home and in your private institutions, but we're not going to pay to be offended by a symbol that represents slavery and lynching and the like, and a symbol that represents people that really fought against the United States government. And I think that's the victory. You know, this fight since 2000, I've been involved in 2004 when I ran for president. Representative Gilda Cobbs-Hunter and Senator Joe Neal, who helped fight this fight, had me run against the flag. That was part of my campaign. And I was surprised at how resistant a lot of people were. They're saying, no, this is about heritage. Like, that's a proud heritage. I think it's a great moment, but it wouldn't have gotten there. I think, one, we have to be honest, this is in reaction to this massacre, and the way the families and the president handled it. This was a Martin Luther King moment. To rise above the pain and bring the nation to a higher moral place really shamed a lot of people into saying, we've got to do something here. Had they acted in another way, I think it would have been us against them. I think they shamed the country by doing a King moment of taking it to a higher ground.